Welcome to Council Connection. I'm Melissa Youssef, Mayor Pro Tem and Durango City Councilor. This program is designed to give you a snapshot of happenings at the most recent Durango City Council meeting. This time we look at the February 19th meeting. Our consent agenda consisted of 8 items. These are usually routine and non-controversial matters that can be adopted by a single motion unless an item is removed from the agenda. Among them was a resolution for an additional appropriation for the airport to improve existing inadequate space for airline and TSA operations, as well as improvements to baggage handling. The project will cost about $1.6 million and will result in increased terminal rent revenue and could help in the recruitment of new airline competition. It will be paid for using airport passenger fees. All the consent agenda items were approved. There is one legislative public hearing on the agenda to consider an update to the city's sign code. The update became necessary in part to prevent sign clutter, but mostly because of a Supreme Court ruling.
As a court case out of Arizona, the town of Gilbert, Arizona, went all the way to the Supreme Court, and there was a decision upholding Reed in that case, requiring sign codes to address signage not based on their content, so not based on the message of that sign, again, related to the First Amendment. In our existing sign code, we have language that talks about political signs, real estate signs, grand opening signs. All those things are based on the content of the sign. So we had to step back and say we need to take out those types of references to content. And now what you'll see in the draft is it's really related to the type of sign and the material and sort of the design of the sign instead of the content. It's not related to the speech on that sign.
The changes would both clarify permitted types of permanent and temporary signs. It also restricts sandwich board or A-frame type signs to private property, such as in storefront alcoves or parking lots, and not on public sidewalks. Council heard from several business owners who were not thrilled with that change.
Anyone in that situation that doesn't have an alcove, doesn't have ability to put it in a parking lot, is just out of luck, according to this new sign code.
If you're a restaurant, for instance, with an alcove and you had a sign in there, it will bring a lot of people in based on that sign. The Strader does not have an alcove in any part of its many facets of operations. So it would eliminate the sign codes the street signs for us across the board. And they're very valuable for us.
I'd like to see that small portable signs be regulated rather than disallowed on the public right-of-way within the central business district. As you've heard already, the menu boards and other easel-type signs are an effective way to display daily food specials, add an interesting element to the streetscape, and gives artisan businesses downtown a chance to show passerbys what they do that changes on a daily basis.
My flavors change hourly sometimes in the summer, and it makes a huge difference. Like if we don't get it changed right away and people walk in the store and there isn't the flavor that I saw on the board, they get angry. And so I know how much people are paying attention to it.
Perhaps the council would like to continue the decision and discussion on the tent signs so that we can meet with some of the people that have offered testimony tonight and some others who probably couldn't, and maybe work out a compromise.
Council could take up the changes on those signs at the March 19th meeting. There were 2 quasi-judicial hearings. The first was a plot vacation for the Cactus Rock condominiums in the 2700 block of West 2nd Avenue to convert 2 condominiums to a 2-unit residential duplex. The second quasi-judicial hearing was a request from GRVP LLC to subdivide an existing lot in Three Springs into 18 single-family home lots. One ordinance concerning the use of city-owned or managed property for camping or sheltering was introduced and approved on first reading. This ordinance was subject to an earlier public hearing. Here are some upcoming events you might find interesting. The Durango Public Library is currently sponsoring an exhibit of National Art Honor Society works outside the library's program rooms. The student artwork is up for silent auction through the end of the exhibit, February 28th. Also, be sure to stop by the Palace Restaurant on Thursday, February 28th, 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. for Tip-A-Cop. Have lunch or dinner served by the area's finest, and all tips go to Special Olympics Colorado. Also, the community meeting on ADU minimum lot sizes in established neighborhoods 1, 2, and 3 that was scheduled for February 21st was canceled due to weather. It has now been rescheduled for March 4th, 5:30 p.m. at the library. Our next study session will be February 26th at 4 p.m., and our next regular council meeting is March 5th at 6:30 p.m. And that's Council Connection for February 19th Durango City Council meeting. I'm City Councilor and Mayor Pro Tem Melissa Youssef. Thanks for joining us, and remember, you can always contact your city councilors via email at citycouncil@durangogov.org.